It requires all the embodiments of mind and body and spirit. I didn't realize that I was asking for a karmic path to come out. I didn't realize that I needed a soul retrieval to go to those lives, to be able to take that part out of me and to bring it forward so that I could have healing. I didn't realize that my family and relationship with my sweetheart was going to take on a whole new dimension of clearing out the old and bringing in the new, of healing and bringing closer, more healthy relationships forward. I realized that my health was going to take such a dive by asking to get healed and to learning how to heal. I didn't realize that my body had become so sensitive to the surroundings that Western medicine wasn't going to work anymore, and that my DNA level had changed, and that I needed something more sensitized, more energetic, more vibrational. And the things that worked for me so long were now toxic to me. Everything took a change. Everything in my life took a shift. I didn't realize all this until after the fact. Isn't that the way it is with us, though? We wonder while we're going through it. And then suddenly when it all starts, it was like within a 2-week period, all these puzzle pieces just started flooding in, and I started seeing the picture and the understanding. And then we heard the words, "You're receiving what you asked for." That's why I say be careful how you ask. One day I was reading a book called Sacred Journeys by Eric Klein, which I absolutely love him, and he channels. And I want to share this with you because I thought it was beautiful. And guess who it's from? St Germaine. Absolutely. Greetings, this is St Germaine here with you today. Together we are creating an energetic that is making a difference here on this troubled planet, and especially in the lives of individual seekers, of those who are seeking the completion of their spiritual path. You are seeking not only to enter into the spiritual path and into the process involved, but you wish to go beyond into the experience of God realization and ultimately into the experience of ascension. Isn't that what we're all working towards? To learn how to overcome these physical bodies so that we can move more towards that energetic level. And you have recognized, in order to get to that awareness, into that consciousness, into that more refined state of awareness and being, that there are necessary steps to take. There are processes to undergo and clearings to undertake. And in these processes, you are always assisted. When those connections are clear and open, you feel bliss. You feel the satisfaction, the knowingness, the oneness. When there is obstruction with that energetic pathway, you feel separation. You feel perhaps that you are processing or clearing something, and you have that sense of separation. The process, the inner journey to freedom, to liberation, to that state of oneness, that is what we are seeking. That is the essential completion that you are longing for. Until that completion is attained in the self-realization experience, there will be feelings of separation, feelings of heaviness, or whatever emotions or energetic feelings you have. Because you see, the fact that you have entered this path, the fact that you have made the intention of your heart known as spirit to your teachers and your guides is what allows the clearing to truly begin. And when that clearing begins, it is as if you have taken a broom and swept a dusty room. Clouds of dust arise. The very act of your longing to be with spirit has initiated these processes that you are doing your best to escape from, for they are part of the path. Had I known what I was going to be going through before I went through it, I don't know that I would have chosen that. Luckily, that was kept from me and I was kept in the cloud. It's a twofold situation, you could say. You're in the process of releasing energies that have accumulated through your karmic tendencies of all your previous incarnations. So many of the things we have going on in our lives now, we're looking for answers for, and we may not have answers. It's simply because we still have those old energies in our bodies that we're carrying from previous incarnations. They're still resonating with us, still messing with us. So until we bring them forward, or until they're brought forward, we may not know. We are assisting you in the release of these old patterns, these old energies that cling to your emotional bodies, affecting your belief systems. The second part of the process includes self-mastery. Involves learning to live in a way that you are no longer creating these limitations and obstacles. And as you are learning to live in this way, simultaneously you are clearing and releasing those old patterns. So there's much occurring within you. I would imagine if I was to take a poll in here, almost everybody in here has felt shifting and changes and vibrations and uncomfortableness or fatigue or nausea or some of these uncomfortable things that are taking place now, and those who are a little more sensitized because the earth is making these necessary changes to get us to the fifth dimension. So there's much occurring within you. Your responsibility is to achieve mastery over those limiting tendencies and patterns and habits that have created what you're still carrying around with you. So you do not continue to create those. There is a feeling among many light workers, and everyone in here is carrying a torch of being a light worker. You wouldn't be here, you wouldn't have been called to feel like you needed to speak to this meeting had you not been a light worker, had you not been called to do light work. There's a feeling among many light workers that once they begin to perform their meditations and their spiritual practices, that they should be there. We should already be there. We should already have this down. Dang it, that's what I kept saying last year, at the beginning of last year. I should have this down. Why am I not getting there faster? They feel if they're doing it right, there should no longer be the experience of processing all those old emotions. Now, I'm not saying that I was doing anything right. But I would have my own scale, my own agenda. But spiritual growth is a path that requires you to assume full responsibility for all that exists within you. Even if you didn't create one more negative experience in your life, you would still have to assume the responsibility for the releasing of the older ones. Really, the spiritual path comes down to learning to allow. Why didn't Germaine give this to me earlier? Why didn't I find this earlier? Learning to receive what you're receiving in the moment and offering up that continuous motion as a surrender to spirit. On this path, there are essentially only two activities that you're ever engaged in. One is acceptance and the other is resistance. Isn't that powerful? We're either accepting and allowing or resisting and halting. That's it. When there's resistance, you feel caught up, enmeshed, surrounded, overwhelmed, because you're doing your best to push away those energies that you have held within you, trying to avoid experiencing them. It's also a process of learning to open up completely and allow completely. We've referred to this act of allowing as surrender. The mind has its own ideas about what it would like in each moment and about what is appropriate on the spiritual path. But your higher self has its own agenda, because you have asked your higher selves to come in and to connect with your higher selves, to take control of your lives, to take you into that God-realized state as quickly as possible. Come now, at one time or another, all of you have asked this. Maybe you want to be let out of the bargain. Well, I didn't really know what I was asking for. I should have only asked for the bliss. You can still experience a great deal of bliss, a great deal of love and light, and still not complete your path. But because you've requested this in your heart, because it is your mission here, and because the time is of the essence, you're being pressed ever forward on your path. Those old energies that are still within you are being released. For as I said, your only activity is either resistance or acceptance. The rest is your guidance, but to your higher self and to God. And so your effort in this area is really very minimal. It is merely to allow yourself to undergo the process. But in fact, you can't escape it, so you might as well allow it. Your resistance can only postpone it, and you can only draw it out a bit. You all have experienced these energies, and you all know what I'm speaking about. And then there are those moments when you surrender, and life is just flowing. Your heart is open. You're in a state where there's no strong desire for any particular manifestation or experience. You're just watching, witnessing, and watching the unfolding. There is peace. There is contentment and love. There is the knowing that everything is unfolding just as it should, that you are making the most rapid progress that you can make into union, into completion. Those moments just seem to be a little fleeting right now, though, but when we get those tastes of those moments, it just makes you want to get back to that. And everybody experienced that before, those moments when you're in that moment of allowing and watching the beauty unfold. When you're in this state, you can actually experience the grace which is always flowing. by relaxing yourselves, relaxing your grip a bit, and letting go of your own control, you are allowing